So with everybody talking and buzzing a whole lot in the conspiracy theory realm of the internet, talking about Leave the World Behind, I did a review for that movie, and I get the themes, but I didn't necessarily think it was predictive programming or anything like that. Like, oh, they're trying to get us ready for what could possibly happen. And then you see this, and it's like, that's very strange that these two would come out in such close proximity to one another. You got Leave the World Behind coming out in December of 2023, and then this Civil War movie is coming out in 2024. So we'll look at the trailer, give you the full reaction, and give you the thoughts that follow. If you're into that sort of thing, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. Florida Alliance.
Let me know if you're trying to get. I guess aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America. We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Yo.
Citizens of America.
Yo.
So-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military. Mr. President, do you agree the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
Wow.
To DC today. The huge Canada's on site in Canada. I mean, in this sense, this is death. Every time I survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning house. Don't do that. But here we are. There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American. Okay. Okay. What kind of American are you?
Yeah.
You don't know?
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th. Oh my God.
This was great.
I'm not hanging back.
Domination under God. With liberty and justice for all.
Wow.
God bless America.
Yeah, that's something else. That is something else. So that's something else. I like that. That looks good to me. It looks entertaining to me. But the question and the thought, the greater questions that and the greater commentary that people are having is that, the possibility of these things happening. I actually don't see this. I don't see this working out. I don't talk much about the firearms Fridays stuff that I used to do. Or, I used to really be into that stuff, and that's not like that type of thinking has kind of left my mind, the idea of being relatively prepared. But I also think that there is a much, much larger community of prepared people that know quite well that survival in these situations do not lend themselves to like being armored up and being lone wolves and all this other stuff. It's banding together as people that see each other as people. And I just don't see that. I don't see the whole leave the world behind, every man for himself, people in cities destroying each other. I don't see that really being the prevalent thing. Now, yes, in a situation where the government is not able to respond, yes, you're going to have a level of chaos that ensues. But I also feel as though there's going to be large groups of people that have an understanding of mutually beneficial survival, and they understand the idea that working together keeps people alive. Being every man for himself and being apocalyptic and lone wolf type activities, that's not the things that's going to get anybody to survive. Now, this movie appears to be much different from Leave the World Behind, because Leave the World Behind was really, to me, focused on this mysterious cyber hacking from another country, like an outside force that's doing this to America. This movie is America doing it to America, and you clearly know who the other side is. And that part of it is really what stood out and makes it way more fantastical than Leave the World Behind, and just less likely. The idea that Texas and Florida would be banded together in this. Politically, you can't pick two places that are further apart. Now, maybe 20 years from now, when the complete, I want to call it the radicalization of Texas is complete, if that actually happens, then yeah, you might see a united force between Texas and California. But at the moment, in the next 5 to 10 years, I do not see that. I see the people that know Texas to be a red state doing their damnedest to keep Texas a red state for at least another 20 years. So I don't see that. Uh, the Florida Alliance, what is that? It's very intriguing. I want to know more based on it just being a movie. But talking about it from historical context, talking about it from a bit of a survivor mindset, and just knowing politics, like I can't see these United States breaking apart and then fighting against one another at this level. You need high level people endorsing this type of behavior in the military, not just political talking heads. You would need high level military people to get the things to like operate a war. And then they talked about things that other people have talked about, like the idea of using drone strikes or air strikes on U.S. citizens. I think that if it was a situation, I think our government would definitely do it, regardless if it's Democrat or Republican in charge. But I don't think that it would get to that point. I don't see it getting to that point. I don't see any part of this coming true. Now, there's people who are super paranoid and think, oh, they trying to get us ready for what's coming next. I'm not one of those. I think this is gonna be a pretty damn good movie because it's A24. That's the thing that might be getting lost in the conversation. A24 does not make really trash movies ever. I want to say, in my limited experience with their studio, I've never seen anything that I didn't like. So I'm high on them, and the production of budget of it looks nice. You got Ron Swanson playing president, cool stuff. You got Kirsten Dunst as a war journalist going into the war zones. I like the fact that we don't have many other big names in this. I saw the young teenage actress, and I thought this would be, if this was a huge Hollywood production, like the standard thing, slot in Millie Bobby Brown into that teenage role and put her on the screen. It's like, nah, we're getting totally unknown people. Outside of Kirsten Dunst and the guy playing Ron Swanson, I always refer to him as that, but he's playing the president. Those are the two only faces that I really recognize. There's like one other actor, heavyset black man. I recognize him, but I can't recall his name. But that's it, and I like that. Keep it to where we don't have a bunch of distracting celebrity faces trying to turn this thing into a franchise and give us a really, really good, strong one-off. This is this movie. I like that. I don't like the whole get a celebrity attached and get a bunch of celebrity attached and then try to turn it into a full-blown franchise, IP that we can come back to the well on and reboot it and all that. Like, nah, we're gonna get one good movie, and this looks like a good movie. So let me know your thoughts on all that stuff in the comment section. I'm thinking not really from the real world, possibly conspiracy theory thoughts. I'm thinking of it just as a movie, and it looks good. It looks really good. But again, let me know your thoughts. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, go watch something good.